Hello everybody, it's Friday. As you can probably tell by my voice, I've not been well this week, so hence the updates from the past couple of days. Basically, I came back from Malvern and I ended up kind of getting a throat and chest infection. Knocked us sick for the past week or so. I'm still not right now, that's why I haven't been in the garden. Anyhow, I'm just in the greenhouse. I need to get out. I've been stuck in the house the last few days, it's been a nightmare. Sorry. A couple of things I've learned is I went to set my onions back for seed, and it turns out I've done that too soon. So thanks to Dan Unsworth who mentioned that as well. So I've taken them back out, put them back where they were previously, and they're now drying off, and they're just going to be left there until possibly end of November, middle of December, and then I'll put them back for seed. So I was a bit premature with that. I got my first lot of leeks yesterday. I got some intermediate leeks. I got 15. Now I did just put them on the windowsill just to begin with, just to keep the temperature, because I haven't got the grow room finished yet for inside here. And speaking about the grow room itself, I've realised I've made a mistake. So I'll spin you around and I'll explain the reason why the mistake has been made, which was actually pointed out to me after I put it up. So I'll show you what my problem is. So grow room, yes, fantastic. The issue I've got, which Nick Brake was the first one to mention to me, was the size between the base and the lights. So this is one of the leeks that I got yesterday. The other ones have been brought in as well, and as you can see, it's not that far off from the top of the light. I don't really want that because the tips will burn. So what I'm going to have to do, because I can't really raise the top, it's not really an option, but when I've had a look into it, what I can do is I can lower the bottom. So what I can do is I can make a second base across the bottom here, a little bit lower down, across the top there. Then what I'll do is I'll just stake a piece of wood across there and across this side as well at the front. I'll just make some lats. I'll do exactly the same as what I've done under here on this side. So I've got the back bit, and then I've got a bit at the front. I'll basically get two pieces, and then these here, they'll just lower down and sit right on them, so that I'll have a section a bit farther down, so it'll give them more room to manoeuvre the leeks and everything to grow up higher, because they do get really tall. So I'll do that. I'll have to just bear in mind how far I go for the heaters. Still need to sort this one sorted out as well, but we'll see what happens when that comes. But that's the plan for here in any case. I just need to get a hold of some wood, measure how far I want to come down, and then I'll board out the bottom of here. So that's what I've done. That's a mistake I've made already, but I'm pleased that I've got people looking out and mentioning these things. So thanks very much Nick, and thanks very much Dan for that. I'm going to get tinkering on and bring the leeks and everything into here for the time being, because they are little enough and they do need the light as well, because as another message I got off Mark Shepherd this morning, sitting on the windowsill is not really the greatest place for them. It stops the light getting through with there being double glazed windows from what he mentioned. But hey, that's what it's all about, people telling us where I'm going wrong. Not necessarily wrong, but something that's different. So I'll bring them all through here, which was always going to be the plan anyways through the day, but I think I'll just leave them in here, because as long as the temperature stays above 10 degrees on the night time, then that should be fine. So see what happens. I might have to bring them in on the night time just to get everything sorted out with the bench and everything like that, but that is going to be the plan. So I'll see you when I see you, basically see what I can see. If I can get anything done and recorded today, I will. If not, I'll see what I can get done over the weekend. Hi everybody, it's Sunday now. Had a bit of a week from hell. Been very unwell this week, but I've come down to the garden today to plant the garlic. So we'll get the garlic and onions sorted and set away. I've just sorted out the bed ready to go for the garlic, and I've already sorted this garlic out, as probably you might have seen on the Facebook page. So what I've got here at the moment, I'm going to be putting 100 garlic cloves in the bed that is prepared at the bottom. So I'm going to do, like I mentioned in the previous video, half in pots, half direct in the ground. So here I've got 25 large cloves of garlic. These are saved seed from last year, and 25 medium cloves of garlic. So I'll do the large garlic at the back, I'll do the medium garlic next, then I'll leave the bottom half, because I'm going to do 25 large garlic and 25 medium garlic into into pots. So we'll be going into these pots to get started off. So it's a little experiment that we'll be going to doing for the garlic until next year, and we'll see if there's any differences as well. Now this is just the garlic that's from the back garden. So this is stuff that I put in 3 years ago from little bulbuses, developed on, and this is where it's at the moment. I've still got the white Christo here, which I need to separate and sort out to be able to put in as well. And I'll just have to sort out where I'm going to be putting that. I put 144 cloves in last year, if memory serves me right, and I've got a lot of garlic from it this year. So a few of this will be going away. I'm going to give some to Dave from Dave's allotment, and anybody else that would like some. I'm also going to keep some for myself for the coming winter as well, until next year as well in any case. So I've got this to do. I've got the Japanese onions and the red onions, so I've got them two to do as well. Start half of them in pots and half of them outside. I've got to sort the bed out as well. So lots to be getting done with this afternoon. Try and get it all sorted out now. So I'm going to take these outside, but in the meantime I'll show you the elephant garlic which I got from Malvern, and I potted that up the other day. So I'll leave you with that section of how I potted that up, and I'll see you down the bottom. All I'm doing here is I've got my pots, smaller pots, just enough so we can see that's sitting at the top. There's enough room for them to manoeuvre down for the roots, because that's what I want them for, the roots to grow well. So get me garlic, just push it in, not all the way to the bottom, just go over the top. There's one done, next one. Squeeze that in there. Next one. Squeeze that down the bottom. Cover it up. Then what I'll do is I'll get some water and I'll just dampen on the soil on there as well. So there is a tiny little bit sticking over the top. You can put these in a larger pot. So for example, you can put some in the pine pot, or you can use anything you like really. You can use anything you like, but I'm just going to start these off in here. It'll get a good root system going. Then I'll probably pot them onto larger pots himself. So it's just to get them away, because I had some difficulty last year. So there's 3. I've still got another 2 bags to do, and obviously these 3 as well. So I'm going to get on with this now. That's elephant garlic started off. So I've got 15 in the small pots here, and I've managed to find 3 larger pots, so we'll see what the differences are. Once these start developing roots on the bottom, I'll start potting them on into just a bigger pot, more than likely something along the size of this, like that size. Leave them in there for a bit until I'm ready to plant them out in the ground. The only reason I'm doing this is because the garlic that I had last year for the elephant garlic, that took a little bit longer to germinate. The rest of them, like I've said, I'm going to do an experiment with half in the pots and half in the ground itself. So look out for the rest of that for the rest of this week. Just while I'm in the greenhouse here at the back garden, I might as well just show you what's happening with these chilies. So we're getting some body chilies here, plenty coming here. There's the colour on the plants isn't looking very healthy. That's just down to me not potting on. So they could do with the new potting on, but to be quite honest, I'm not really bothered about these plants in here. These ones are just the spares, apart from the body chili and the ghost chili as well, which I will pot on them shortly. But as of today, that's me done. I'm going back inside because, like I say, I'm not feeling over clever, so I'm going to go and rest and relax and try and pull myself around. I've got a plan with the dahlias as well, which I'll tell you about possibly tomorrow. Or later on in the week. I need to get them all labelled up and everything as well. But other than that, that's what I've done today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Right, so what I've got here, once again, like I mentioned before, I've got that large garlic and the medium garlic. So I've got rows of 5s here. You can't really see the ones I've done there, but all I'm doing is about 6 inches. Is there 6 inches on here? Aye, right, about 6 inches down. So then all I'm doing, placing the bulb down the bottom. I'll give you a quick show of what I'm going to be doing. So we've got, which one? I'll do it here. So right in the middle, right down with the bulb, lift that up, bulb, into the bottom, cover up with the soil, job's a good one. So, well, doing my best impressions of Michael Jackson with one glove here. I want to put it in super speed, and I'll do this entire section here for the 50 that I'm putting in here. Then I'll take you up to the top and put on the garlic inside as well. Well, that's a garlic in outside. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing the ones that's going to be inside, starting them off and leaving them in a cold greenhouse. So I've got my large bulbs, I've got my 20 cell seed trays. I do need 25, so I'll have to put 5 in just standard pots, just for ease of use at the moment. So I've got my pots filled, they're drained, they're moistened off, and all I'm doing is just popping them in, just so the tops are showing up the top, and I'll mark them up. Kind of like what I did with the elephant garlic, which you've seen before. Now I did sort all through all of these bulbs myself, and I did put how many I've got on. I think I've got just under 300 bulbs to play with. So like I mentioned, there's a few going elsewhere. I do try to remove the dry skin off the sides. Nice and easy, nice and quick. Set them away. And just mark them off. I don't even know what variety these are, the garlic. The garlic was one of the first things I ever put in this garden myself. So garlic's in there, so that's the large stuff. So before I continue on, I'll just mark it off. Large garlic, times 25 times 20, the 7th of the 10th. That's where it comes in handy, having all of those milk cartons already cut up for labels. Put that in there, and that's that done. And I'll do this one, and that'll be my done. So I'll do this one and I'll come back to this. Don't know if I've mentioned it just before I shoot off. When you're planting garlic, for the people who've never done it before, you get your garlic in full cloves like this. Well, this is the ones I did earlier in the year, if you've seen. So I've got my full cloves there. I'll just take one of these off. Snip that off there. I need to take these home and organise them and sort them out again. So you've got a clove of garlic. Take the outer skin off. You'll feel the different cloves, unless you haven't got a full, you've just got one big clove itself. Now take that off. As you can see, there it is there. Lightly pull it away, and that's your clove there. And there's another clove there. Put that back down. Now I know this variety is White Cristo. This is 2nd year garlic. So all I do is take the skin off, remove the outer skin. Then when you're planting up, let me just pop this down. When you're planting up, you'll see the root nodes on the bottom there. You can't just see my fingers. So you see the roots on the bottom there. You got the top and they got the bottom. Now make sure that the section where the roots come out of goes into the compost, because if you put them in upside down, they may germinate, but the roots will come out from the top, and the sprout will come from this side up over, and it'll be upside down. So like I'm doing in here, got the bottom there, push down in, job's a good one. So all I'm doing in here is just to promote the root growth inside, see if we'll get a better garlic forming to come from next June to July instead of just putting it straight outside. But let's see, I'll come back when I've done this. Right, garlic's in, so I'll show you in the back what's happening with the peppers and everything in the back and the greenhouse as well. Then I'll give you a quick tour around the garden, then I'm going to have to shoot off, I'm afraid. So let me spin you around. So we've got the large garlic set on the left. We've got the medium cloves on the right. There's 25 there. There's 26 there, sorry, and 26 there. I just put an extra one in just because I had this soil there in any case. Now, these are the... So that's the garlic done. The garlic's done and dusted. So I just need to sort out the garlic cloves, sort the bed out, and that's sort of done, which I'll get sorted on Wednesday. But as of today and this week for the video, I'll show you around here, I'll show you the garden. So at the moment, you'll see that... Oh, that's not good. The strawberries, yeah, which I took for the cuttings, they're doing alright. I'll have to have a look and see what they. I don't want to disturb them at the moment, but I think there's a couple. There's one died there which I've just pulled out, but I think that was one that hadn't actually set its roots down there. But the rest of them, before they're 40, are fine. The plants, the bulbous, the little bulbous, sorry, not the bulbous, the little plug plants that I got, the winter selection, they're doing fine. Got primula there, which is coming up canny. And the rest of them as well. Actually, the pansies and the viola I've actually put in the corks. I need to take them home. And we've got at the top here, what's this one? Pompette. So we've got some pompette at them now. I don't know what they are. I have no idea. Trillium geranium. No, I think the cold's getting this. That's the reason why the leaves are pink. These are the mixed spicy salad leaves. I can cut these off. And have a chew on them. They're spicy. Come across this way, and the peppers that I've got in the 9-litre air pot that I got off Gary, they're thriving in here now. See, there's a pepper there. Got another pepper on here. There's absolutely, it's laden with fruit. Absolutely laden with fruit. You can see them on there as well. And at the back, there's a nice big one there as well. Canny, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. There's a fruit there that's stuck on the top there. It's not hanging down. I think I might just leave it because I don't want to damage it or destroy it. And just the differences as well. They've got in the little pot there. It's not looking too clever for itself. That's the same as that one there. I'll show you the ones that's outside as well. Moving on. These are the chrysanthemums that I got the other ones that's outside. Across there, which I'll quickly show you in a second. These ones are just cuttings that I took off the side shoots, which I took. So I just potted them on to see if they've come, and they have. I'm starting to develop little buds on the top. I might just leave them. Might get a couple of bits of flower off them. Sweet William. Now these here are the Sweet William that I took from. What's it? There's ones in here as well. These are the Sweet Williams. I transplanted these ones here into the bigger pots here, and as you can see, I didn't get round to doing them ones, but I have these ones, and these have thrived. So there's plenty in there to choose from for when it comes to next year. The lavender cuttings, I don't know if they're taken yet, but I'm not going to disturb them. They're still sitting there at the back, ticking along. None of them have dried out as of yet. This is one of my granddad's leeks. Now I saw these in January, which of course was late, so I'm going to keep this under wraps and see what I can do with it over the winter months. It's a little experiment I'll carry on with. I'll take this one home and I'll put it in the greenhouse because that's what's going to be heated over the winter. I've got through here, I've got more runners in here. I don't know whether I can take more runners off here or not, but I'm going to. You can see there's nodes developing on there. I want to get some more strawberries off this plant before I put it outside. And if I take it outside, these peacock orchids are starting to come up now as well. They're lovely, them. These are the ones that little Kyle planted. If you go back in my videos, you'll see he planted them off. And everything, there's a lot of colour happening in here now, as you can see. These mini bush chrysanthemums have come to life. You can see all the yellow there as well. Very happy. I need to take these apples off the trees because if I don't, they'll fall. And if they fall, then they'll bruise. Like that. That wasn't very clever, Dean, was it? But, yep, hold on. There we go. Nice apple there. I'll get the kids down and we'll come down and take all the apples off the trees. And we'll see what the pears are like. Moving on. Some more gladioli there. I'll put just down the side. That cabbage, cauliflowers are coming up alright. It's getting cold enough now that the caterpillars are starting to die off with the cold weather. Spin you around. Dahlias are still thriving in the first bed. They're still thriving in the second bed as well. Now we've got nothing properly up at the minute, which is not good. But never mind. So there'll be time to come up in a couple of weeks' time anyways. So the first lot will be getting pulled out. I do need to mark underneath what they are. That's what I was saying earlier on. I need to get underneath. I need to mark, label them up, then I can pull them up and I know exactly which one's which. Moving across, Grandad's leeks that I've got outside for next spring. They're coming up all right. I've actually lost the seed from them that I did last year. The back here we've got the yellow chrysanthemums. Let's get rid of this weed. Sorry about the wind. These are starting to develop a flower now. These should be yellow. According to my grandfather, but to be quite honest, they're starting to look pink. So if these aren't the yellow cuttings, I'll be devastated. Because I love my granddad's yellow anemone. Chrysanthemum. These heads are starting to now show a sign of colour. These are the red wings. Unfortunately a few of them had snapped in the wind. At the back here, there's a chrysanthemum. Obviously not well looked after, but it's nice to look at in the garden anyways. And you see the back here. Them ones there, white and red ones, yellow and red ones, sorry. Moving down, got kale there, as you can see I've been taken up, still cropping away nicely. Outside chilies, some of them are ready to harvest, there and there. What's back here? They're the patio sizzle spares that I had on. There's a bit of colour down the bottom there. Beetroot. Let's have a look. Oh, hello. This will be a dahlia which I haven't lifted. It must have been something that I left. Hey, that's crazy that. Oh well. Beetroot in here. See what these are like. They're nice. They're nice enough to pick. I'll pick some of them for Harvest Festival for the bands. Still got sweet peas on the go. It's crazy. Coming inside here to the chilli and the peppers. So as you can see, these Joe long chilli are starting to ripen off now. They're huge them. Poblano. Something's happening with them. I don't know. There's a nice big one. I'll keep seed from that one for next year. Definitely keep some seed from these long spag. These not long spag, the Joe's long chilli. Mini red peppers are starting to. Sorry, I'm very close here. Let me get down on my hunkers. You can see the dashes of colour there. Little red peppers, sweet peppers. I'll take some of them. And these are the California Wonder. The size of them, they're huge. Very, very impressed with them. Same with the ones at the back as well. There's another one there. I've got 4 plants. And they've all got decent fruit on them. And if we go to the back here, it's a Romano mixed. Starting to get some nice ones. But the big ginormous one there, starting to put some colour on it. Sorry, yeah. You can see. That's a hell of a pepper that. There's some nice peppers on the back as well. There's another one there. Unfortunately, that's got may have a hole in it there. Yeah, it's got a hole in it there. Bugs have been getting in. I have to take that one off. But there's some at the back there as well, which I can't really see. Sorry. Then around, we've got habanero. That's a lovely little colour. Now these are hot. Got a patio sizzle in their pots. Starting to put some nice colour on the top there as well. Plenty of chilies, De cayenne, ready for some croppers there as well. Next ones are the hot scotch. These are little like, aren't they? There, Kenny. And which ones are these? Yeah, jalapeno on a stick. So jalapeno is there, not quite colouring, changing colour, but there's plenty there to have. Squeeze outside, but not look going on really, just you know, like it's all that. Just put the garlic in that top section there. The rest that's in the pot, so just put it on, it'll be going into here. Potatoes need digging up as and when. They're the second earlies, red kestrel and the steamer, and they're the main crop there in there somewhere, which I'll have to pull out, sort out. Mother plant dahlias, these will all be getting marked up and pulled out. A few of them I won't be growing again. I've dug the tulips out for the lilies. A few of them, I haven't touched the bed at the bottom though, the nursery section. I'll need to do that on Wednesday. And coming down to the tomato greenhouse, as you can see, I've got the lilies in here ready, marked up, ready to go, so I know what's what and what will not be going in again next year. And I've got some on this side as well, but I'll show you them another time as well. In here, tomatoes at the back here, I need to get these cropped, and you can see I don't even know which ones these are. They're supposed to be the Spanish ones, but I don't think they are. I think they've just been I think they're very well grown in the manure and in the soil direct as well. If we look on the right side here, you'll see the Roma for the sauces, which I'll be making sauce with over the coming week. I'll have to sort all of these out in here as well. Still lots to be done, but that is that. Right, well, I've got to get away now because family need feeding. So I need to put together something for the band, for nurse, for school tomorrow, for the Harvest Festival. I'll have to do that first thing in the morning when I come down. But other than that, I shall see you next week. Hopefully get a lot more time down the garden and we'll get a lot more done. So onions need to be done on Wednesday, as well as a few more things. But other than that, I'll see you next week. Bye.